The sun had barely dipped below the horizon. Shadows stretched long across the forest floor. In the fading light, the rustle of leaves was the only sound. But then, footsteps, slow, deliberate. A figure emerged from the trees. He was carrying something, a bag, inside candy. He approached a group of children playing near the woods. Smiling, he offered them treats. They hesitated, then accepted. They'd seen him before. He was the Candy Man. But that night, something changed. Minnesota, 1973. The small town of Maplewood, just outside St. Paul. A place where everyone knew everyone. Where the woods were a playground for children. Where stories of the Candy Man were whispered in hushed tones. He wasn't a monster, not in the traditional sense. He didn't lurk in the shadows or snatch kids from their beds. He was a man who lived in the woods. A man who gave out candy. To children, strangers. No one knew his name. No one knew where he came from. But he was there, and he was watching. One evening, a group of children ventured deeper into the woods than usual. They were drawn by the sound of rustling leaves, a soft whisper in the wind. They found him sitting on a fallen log, a bag of candy beside him. He smiled and offered them treats. They hesitated, but took the candy. It was sweet, too sweet. The next day, one of the children fell ill. Fever, nausea, dizziness. The symptoms spread. Within a week, 5 children were hospitalized. Doctors were baffled. No known illness matched the symptoms. No common link. Except the candy. The town was in turmoil. Parents kept their children indoors. The woods were off limits. But the Candy Man didn't stop. He was seen again, and again. Always in the woods. Always with candy. Always smiling. Rumors spread. Some said he was a hermit. Others said he was a recluse. But no one knew for sure. The police couldn't find him. He was a ghost, a shadow in the trees. Then, one night, he was seen leaving the woods. A witness reported it to the authorities. They set up a perimeter. They waited. Hours passed. No sign of him. He had vanished. Weeks later, a group of teenagers decided to investigate. Armed with flashlights and a sense of adventure, they entered the woods. They found his camp, a small clearing with a fire pit, a tarp strung between 2 trees, and a box. Inside the box were dozens of candy wrappers, all identical, all from the same brand. But there was something else. A journal, handwritten notes, scribbled in a hurried scrawl. The entries were disturbing. They trust me. They take the candy. They don't know. They get sick. They don't understand. I watch them. I watch them all. The last entry was dated the night before the children fell ill. Who was he? A man driven by obsession? A recluse seeking connection? Or something darker? Psychologists suggest he may have been testing boundaries. Offering candy was a way to gain trust, to observe reactions, to see how far he could push before being discovered. But why the sickness? Some believe it was intentional, a twisted experiment. Others think it was accidental, a mistake. Either way, the result was the same. Fear, mistrust, and a town forever changed. The Candy Man was never found. The woods were searched. The camp was dismantled. But he was gone. No trace, no explanation. Years passed. The story faded into local legend. But every now and then, someone would mention the Candy Man, a whisper in the wind, a shadow in the trees, and the question remains, who was he, and why did he do it? Some say he still watches, from the woods, waiting, watching, smiling, always smiling.